Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is February 12th. It is Tuesday and I decided to do a reading vlog. And I'm doing a reading vlog because I have decided to finally get back into Grishaverse. I hope everything is straight. I tried to straighten this out as much as possible and I think we're straight there. So yeah, I am reading the third book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I think that's the name of the trilogy, right? So Ruin and Rising. I've been wanting to get back into this world because it's just one that I love so much. It just sucks me in. I am just complete trash for this world. I love it so much. And so I just wanted to get back into it because I read the second book last year in January of 2018. And I don't know why it took me so long to get back into it. So I decided to vlog just so that I can document just my feelings and my experience reading the book. So yeah, I'm currently reading this. I fly through these so much because they're just so easy to read. One of the main reasons why I wanted to get back into this world is because I bought King of Scars on release day because I knew, you know, it's Nikolai. Hello. Need I say more? I think everybody shares the same feelings about Nikolai, if not all, you know, the majority of the people. So because I want to read this, I figured I'd get into this, and I also want to read the Six of Crows duology. I don't know that I am going to get to these books this week, but it's a possibility that I might get into Six of Crows. I don't know if it's going to be right after Ruin and Rising, like as soon as I put this down, pick up Six of Crows. It might, but it might not. So just in case, to have a little bit of a break between the two worlds, I was hoping to maybe getting into Rabbit Heart. By the time this vlog goes up, my Nightworms unboxing should be up, and this is one of the books that we got and the one that I was most excited for. So I might break up Ruin and Rising and Six of Crows with Rabbit Heart. This is not a big book at all. I'm excited to get into this, but like I said, I don't know if I am going to for this week. So those are my plans for the week. I doubt that I'll get to King of Scars, this week. Like, not even doubt. Like, I know I won't get to it, but I'm aiming to work towards this to hopefully within the next week read this. So those are my plans. I got my coffee. Look at my mug. I posted a picture today with my mug on Instagram, but it says bookworm. Sorry about I'm drinking my coffee out of it, so it's all dirty. It's so plain, so clean, but so powerful with the bookworm word on it. So I love it so much. Yeah, you guys, I am going to get into Ruin and Rising. Sip on my cold coffee. I'll see you to update you in a little bit. Bye. Hi guys. So I took a little break from reading. I actually just read like 5 pages because I started doing stuff on Bookstagram. But and then my daughter got hungry, so I made us lunch. Make sure I don't have anything in my teeth. But I took a break from reading. I'm still like in page 100 and some, like 105 or something like that. Because like I said, I only read 4 pages. But I don't know if you guys know, but another one of my, I have The Walking Dead playing in the background. So it's been a while since I've watched The Walking Dead. If you watch The Walking Dead and are not caught up, like, if you haven't watched season 8 and on, I'm about to say a spoiler, so either mute it or whatever, and I'll turn the picture black and white And then when it goes back to normal, like when the spoiler finishes, the color will come back. So spoiler coming up. So if you haven't watched The Walking Dead or not caught up to season 8, mute or forward. But I stopped, not on purpose, but I stopped watching The Walking Dead after Sheba died. When the tiger came on the scene, I said, if they kill off this damn tiger, I'm done. You know, like, I just cannot stand animal deaths. At the beginning, when they did the horse scene, like in the first season, I nearly died. I nearly passed out, and I knew it was coming, so like I looked away. And every time I watch the seasons over, like when I start rewatching it from the beginning, I always skip that part because I just can't. And so I always said, if they kill off Sheba, I'm done with the show. Sure enough, she dies. And I sob. And I don't know, for whatever reason, after Glenn and after Sheba, I just stopped watching it, but not on purpose. Like I didn't deliberately stop watching it, but it just happened that way. And so afterwards, for like a few, after that, I started watching it again. And I think I only got 3 episodes after that incident, after Sheba. And so now with the new season out, with the new mid-season premiere that happened last Sunday, I've been wanting to rewatch it again because it just looks like it's gonna pick up again. And so I've just been in the mood. And so I told myself I would start all over again. This is like my 6th or 7th time restarting the show. And I'm gonna watch it all the way through. And I have the latest season 9 on my TiVo. So that's what I'm doing. So I have it on in the background, but I know these episodes like the back of my hand. And I'm actually by season 2 where they're in the farm. They just found Sophia. And so this is like the episode after they find Sophia. So that's on the background. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to take a little break from reading, do my nails, and watch some Walking Dead. But I wanted to show you guys like what I'm going to paint my nails. I love painting my nails. I have a shit ton of polishes. Maybe I'll show you one day, but it's obsessive. Like everything of mine is obsessive. My book hoarding, my mug hoarding, my nail polish hoarding, my makeup hoarding. And so I just like to do my nails once a week, and I'll sit here in my living room watching TV or watching videos. No, mostly it's watching YouTube videos is how I do my nails. Because I barely watch TV, but since I wanted to watch this. So anyways, this color is the one that I have on right now. It's called Cozy in There, like The Walking Dead. It's by Kale Polish, and this is like my favorite nail polish of life. I've worn this at least back to back 5 times straight. For months I've had this. And I figured I'd do, even though I don't want to take it off, but I figure I'd do like a little Valentine's theme. So I'm doing purple, pink, and some pink glitters, which I never wear pink, like ever. But this is the combo I'm going to use. Kale Polish is one of my favorites, favorite brands. And unfortunately, they're closing. But this is Mozart. This is Lumiere. And then this is a cut above from Essie. I just thought I'd let you in on that little tidbit. What do you want? So yeah, guys, just taking a little break from reading. Gonna watch some TWD and do my claws, and I will see you guys later. Hey guys, good morning. It is, what is today? I think today is Wednesday. I got my cup of coffee and I got my book. I wanted to update you guys a little bit on my reading, but I haven't had a sip yet, so let me take a sip. It's just so warm. It's cold in the house. The sun is out. The sun was out yesterday too, so I'm feeling a little better. But update on my reading. I got a good chunk in last night. I am by chapter 8. I'm on page 179. I was trying to get to page 200 last night, but I was falling asleep because it was like 2:30 in the morning. And so I stopped reading. But it's funny because then I put my book down because I'm literally falling asleep or I'm like getting sleepy. And then I put my book down and I'm like up like Chuck. So whatever. I love this world so much. I also love Alina so much. I know that there's so many people, the vast majority of the people that read this trilogy don't like her. And at first, like in book 1, I didn't know, right? Like I was reading the story or whatever, and I didn't know really how people felt about the characters. But once I started like watching videos on Shadow and Bone on the first book, and I started seeing or like reading reviews online, and I started seeing how much people disliked Alina, I didn't get it. And so I tried to pay attention in this book to her dialogue and her thinking and just her as a character in whole. And I don't see why people don't like her. If you're one of those people, then let me know down below. I don't necessarily like, she's not like my favorite character in the whole entire universe, right? But within the book, I think she's okay. I enjoy Alina. She doesn't get on my nerves. I don't dislike her. Even when she's going through what she's going through with, you know, her internal dialogue with Mal. And so, but whatever. Those are just my thoughts. I love this book so much. I am going to do my little morning ritual, which is drink my coffee and read my book. And I think I'm going to finish this book today. I think so. I think I'm going to finish the book today. My hair is a disaster. I have my appointment for March to dye it, and I'm changing the color altogether. I know what color I'm going to do already, and I'm not going to tell you guys. You guys are going to have to wait till March to see. But it's like, I'm sick of it. I'm looking at myself. I film my vlogs on my phone, so I'm like splayed out across the screen here. So yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling because we're already going on 13 minutes. Every time I edit these vlogs, that's why they never make it up on the internet, because I can never get them below 45 minutes. And I'm like, who wants to? You know what? I'm just gonna get to reading because the book is calling me. I will see you guys when I have another update for you. Bye. Welcome back. It is Friday, February 15th. I didn't do any vlogging yesterday because it was Valentine's, and I was just spending time with my husband, fixing the camera a little bit, spending time with my husband. I did a little bit of reading, not a lot, and yeah, that was it really. So I didn't vlog anything. I did vlog or I did film a little piece of like the food we had. We went shopping, and then we a tradition for me is that we always order heart-shaped pizzas, and we get some white chocolate covered strawberries, which are my favorite. That's really all I did. So, oh, and then I went shopping. I got some makeup and stuff, which is back there. But that's it. I really didn't go book shopping because I was gonna go book shopping today, but I just finished Ruin and Rising, and I don't know if you can tell in my face, but I cried so much. And I'm about to cry now again. It's ridiculous. So I don't know what it is about these books that just make me cry so hard. Oh my gosh, I finished this book like 20 minutes ago, and I needed time before updating the vlog to like really get myself together, and I don't know why I'm crying now again, but whatever. In the second book, the same thing happened to me. I was bawling, and there was like
two or three times in this one where I just had to stop and I was like ugly crying, like those sobs. And I don't know what it is about this book that always makes me cry like this. Like, did this happen to anybody else? Because it's not necessarily like a sad story. I mean, yes, there's, you know, a lot of death, and to make you sob like this, like I literally was sobbing. I wish I was filming at the moment that this happened, but thank God that I wasn't, because it's so ridiculous. And then at the end, I was like, I had to put the book down, and I was in convulsions of how much I was crying. It was crazy, but I loved the book. I gave it 5 stars. Is this focused? I love this world so much. It's not a perfect story by any means, and I'm talking about the trilogy in a whole. I read it, and there's times where the writing isn't that spectacular, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's just the way it is. It could just be, you know, I'm 37 years old reading a YA story, so that has a lot to do with it. And when you get older and you've been reading for years, you just catch things here and there, and that's normal, you know. So I know that this wasn't written for my age group, right? But I still enjoyed the story, the world, the characters. But like I said, it's not a perfect story. But to me, although writing is important because writing is what makes a story, I can overlook shortcomings in writing styles or mistakes or whatever it is, and take the story in its entirety as a whole and look past those mistakes, because nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, and you know, you just have to overlook those things sometimes, because it is human beings that are writing stories. And so yeah, but I loved it so much. I was just reading the short little story at the end, that's The Demon in the Wood, which is a Darkling prequel story, but I only read a little bit of it because I found myself like skipping a lot of it. The Darkling, of course, I loved his character. There would probably be no story without the Darkling, but since I'm done with the book, it's like whatever. I'm gonna see what book I pick up next. I think I'm really gonna pick up Rabbit Heart. I started a little bit of it yesterday because Rabbit Heart, Valentine's Heart, whatever. I did start a little bit of it yesterday, so I think I'm just going to continue with Rabbit Heart, and then we'll see if I pick up Six of Crows afterwards or what. But I'll keep you guys updated either way. I'm not going to pick up anything like right now. I'm going to probably go have some lunch, my leftover heart-shaped pizza, and I still have one white chocolate covered strawberry left to eat that I saved for today, hoping that my daughter doesn't want it. But yeah, I'm gonna eat something really quick, and then I guess I'll update you guys on what I decide to read, but I'm 99% sure I'm gonna continue on with Rabbit Heart, so I'll let you know in a little bit. Hey guys, good morning. It is Saturday, February 6th, and it is like about 10:15ish in the morning. Got my coffee and got some books that I want to talk to you guys about. Oh man, that's good. So I didn't update anything yesterday because I just did not have a good day yesterday. So I want to talk to you guys about 2 books that I started yesterday, and one I'm loving and one not so much. I'm not that far into any of them, one more than the other, but either way. So the first book that I started last night was Rabbit Heart by Jeremy Wagner. I'm only 9 pages into this book, and so far so good. We have a girl, and she's about in her early 20s, and she's in the military, but that's not the life that she dreamed of for herself. Her dad's a colonel, and the undead are walking. We still haven't seen any of the undead. We're still, you know, she talks about, you know, her boyfriend, which I think has passed away, and we are just learning the area that they're in, as far as like, you know, where they keep their guns and all that stuff. They are about to embark into a trip to some city, and I think it's the city where their hometown. So I'm liking it. The only thing is that the writing, I don't know how I feel about the writing yet. It's a little bit but I don't want to say too much. I'm only 9 pages in, so the dialogue is just a little. So we got that one, and then I was sort of like reading that one, and because of the mood that I was in yesterday, I wasn't feeling that book at that moment. Although, like I said, I was enjoying it, you know, the whole overall, and I really want to get to the undead part. But I was just looking through all of my books and just seeing what popped out. And so at the end of everything, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to restart Harry Potter, because I had started Harry Potter last month, the first book, but I never finished it. Surprise, surprise. I tried to do the audiobook, but it just did not work for me. And so I was like, you know what? This is like my feel good. I've been wanting to reread it. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. And I sat down with my book, ready to read. I was smelling it, because y'all know the Harry Potter books smell so good. They are like the best smelling books in the world. And I'm talking about the US, the Scholastic ones, the paperback ones. I'll just grab one off my shelves and just smell them. So I'm smelling them. I'm prepping myself to start reading Harry Potter. And I'm like, no. I think about this other one book that I need to review. I got sent an ARC, and when I got sent the ARC, the book had already released. So I wasn't that pressured to. It's my dog. Look at him. Willie. Willie. Where'd you, Willie? What are you doing? What are you doing, Willie? He's such a puppy. He'll just start playing by himself, rubbing himself on the floor. Anyways, and so I thought about this one book. Yeah, and I had to, when they sent it to me, it had already released. It was releasing the day that I got it in the mail. And my friend Eleni, she was raving about it. And I was like, you know what? I just want to pick it up, because I know it's a dystopian, thriller. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to read it. And that is The Line Between by Tosca Lee. I'm not pretty sure how to say her first name, but I'm pretty sure it's Tosca Lee. And it's considered a thriller, but it has dystopian vibes to it. And so I started this last night, and I was flying through it. If it wasn't that my husband was like, I want to go to bed, whatever, I would have stayed probably until 5 in the morning reading this book. But I am on page 33 right now. It is so good. We are following Winter, and I love this name. If I were to ever have another child, I would name her Winter, Winter. It's amazing. So here we follow Winter Roth, and when the book starts, it starts off with her at the gates of somewhere. And as you continue reading, this girl is getting kicked out of this. It's called New Earth, and it's basically like a cult. And she's getting kicked out of this place, and she's like, WTF. And as she's getting kicked out of there, we transition into another chapter where it... What are you doing, Willie? What are you doing? You chasing your tail? You don't want me in here? You want me to open the door? You want me to open the door? Hi, Willie. We cut into another chapter where she's basically going back in time to when they first arrived to this place, where it was her mom, her sister, and her. They arrived into this place and they're like waiting to see if they'll get accepted in. Finally get accepted to stay in this place, but there's like one condition, that they have to abide by the rules. And so I don't want to give too much away out, because when I was reading it, I'm sure I don't even know if this says it back here, but I was reading it and I was like, WTF. And it's a religious based cult. So, you know, it's all this religious stuff, and them trying to separate themselves from the world. I'm really, really enjoying this. I love dystopian books, or even books that just have dystopian vibes to them. I haven't read a cult-based book yet. Obviously, her sister is still in this cult. Her sister is older than her, and her sister has kids already in this cult, and she's been kicked out, you know, and she loves her niece so much. Her niece is like a toddler, and I think that was one of the biggest things that hurt her, was her niece and her sister was just like, you know, turned her back on her. And so I'm excited and eager to see where this is going. And so it's been 15 minutes that I've been talking about 2 books and my sappy ass mood. So I'm gonna go and drink my coffee. And read, because I am dying to see what happens in this book. 40 degrees. It's gloomy. It's windy. It's ucky. And I am not going to go anywhere. I'm going to read. That's all I'm going to do today. So I will see you guys a little bit later. Feeling much better today. Much better. Hey guys! So, excuse the lighting. I have some artificial light going on here, but it still looks kind of like yellow and ugly. I hope this is straight, but a little update on my reading. I haven't done any reading. I just spent the day watching Star Wars with the husband. And then my husband just got me out of the house, got my daughter and I out of the house. We went to like run some fun errands, like went to Hobby Lobby, went to Best Buy. And then he took me to Half Price Books. So I did a little bit of self-care shopping. And I just, you know, bought a few things that caught my attention, and other things that I just wanted to add to my collection. So yeah, I haven't read anything, which is okay. I really did want to read Between the Line, which is the book I'm currently reading right now, but I'm sure I'll get some reading in tonight or tomorrow. And then next week is Thriller-a-thon, so I'm excited for that. I already have all my thriller books lined up for that. So I saw this bind up of The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. And I think this is the Barnes & Noble edition, but they had it at Half Price Books for 14 bucks. So I picked that one up. I'm so excited. I have yet to read these, but I'm hoping to read them soon. But I just thought this was so pretty. So I just went ahead and picked it up. Yeah, let's put them over here on this table. I hope this doesn't move the camera. So one book. Oh, sorry if it moves it. Then I also picked up, I have Wonderstruck, probably there. Anyways, it's back there, Wonderstruck, and they had this one, which is The Invention of Hugo Cabaret, by Brian Selznick, which is the guy that wrote Wonderstruck. And the covers, the spine of the cover matches Wonderstruck. Let me get Wonderstruck for you. This is Wonderstruck, and it's just a beautiful book. I haven't read it yet, but it caught my attention
because it's that same kind of spine, which I think looks so good together. And these are just the books that are illustrated, so they're like half illustrations, half storyline or whatever. It's like a mixture. So yeah, so I bought this one to add to my collection. Then I also got, I've heard so many good things about this series, and I was actually looking at it. I have been looking at it for a while now. It's the Demon King. It's a YA. It's part of the Seven Realms series. This is book 1. And I've always had my eye on this because everybody says it's so good. But it's so funny because what made me make up my mind, because, you know, the 1,000,001 reviews or all the praises that I hear from everybody is never enough. But it had this note on it. It's like a little sticky note, and it says, honestly, one of my favorite book series, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And so I was like, you know what? If this person went through this trouble of writing that there, it must be that dang good. So I picked it up, and I heard she is a fantastic author. So this next one that I picked up, I already own, but I am trying to, dang, I just looked at that light and I'm like blinded now. I am trying to even out my collection as far as like, there's a few, like for example, in the Hunger Games series, I think I have one of the books that is in paperback and then 2 in hardcover. In the Walking Dead series, I have almost the whole collection in hardback, but I have like 2 in paperback. So I'm trying to even out my collection and pick up all the hardbacks that I need, all the hardcovers that I need for those series that I love so much. And this is one of the books that I have in paperback that I want to own in hardback, and it's The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. I love this series so much. I know people are probably like, old, yeah, I get it. But I own the hardcovers and I own the paperback of this one. But this one's so cool because it's the one that's printed on the actual hardback, on the actual cover, which I don't know if you guys know, but that's one of my favorite things when I see a book that the cover is printed on the actual hardcover as well. I love that so much. So I figured I would add this one as my hardcover for this book, so I could get to add that to my collection. And then this book, I've just been eyeing it for a while and I've just never picked it up for whatever reason. And today I was like, you know what? My haul isn't that big. I had 4 books in my cart and I was like, I'm just gonna get it. And that is Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero or Cantero. And basically this is said to be a Lovecraftian Scooby-Doo kind of thing. All I know is that it takes place in the summer of 1977, and I love summer stories set in the late 70s, early 80s, or 80s altogether. I love stories like that, and this cover is phenomenal. So I decided to pick it up. I don't know if I'm gonna read it anytime soon because I know that this is like a good book. I've heard it's a good book to read during October, during the Halloween season. So I might do that, but I don't know if I'll be able to hold off all the way to October, because I've been really wanting to read this for a while already, and it's just so fluorescent and neon, and this needs to be my hair. I love it so much. So yeah, those were the books that I picked up at Half Price Books, because I don't know who invited this congregation of gray hairs. Like, nobody invited y'all. Look at this. Look at this. What is that? That's crazy. I'm gonna be 38. I'm gonna be 38 with all these grays here. That's not right. That's not right. I don't mind the grays. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna stop blabbing. Oh, and I had ice cream. I just had a vanilla sundae with strawberries and caramel.
So yeah, I'm gonna go and hang out with my husband, and I will update you guys tomorrow, and we'll close out the vlog tomorrow because it is Sunday tomorrow. I will see you guys later. Bye. What is this? What is this guy just doing right here? Just pointing outwards like he's praising the Lord. Look at him. Look at him. I never showed you guys how I painted my nails that day that I did them before. I know, look at how crooked my finger is. Like, how ridiculous is that? But my dad had that as well, and my aunt. We all have our middle finger crooked. They want to point towards each other. They want to do like an arch. An arch? An arc. An arc. Whatever. So yeah, that's how I did my nails. And okay, now I'm leaving. Bye. Hey guys. So honestly, it is Monday. I was going to lie and say that it was Sunday, but lying is just not in my nature. So it is actually Monday morning, and I just wanted to come on here and close out the vlog for the week since I wasn't able to do it yesterday. I am going to just recap what I read for the week and close out the vlog. So for this week, technically last week, I finished Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, which is the third and final book in the Grishaverse. I loved this book so much. I love this world so much. You guys saw that I was crying because of the book. It's just, I love this world so much. And like I had talked about during the vlog, it isn't a perfect series. But really, like I said in my vlog, it's not the perfect series. It has its flaws, but I love it either way. This is my guilty pleasure. This is my weakness. I have a soft spot for YA fantasy, so that might be it. But I loved it so much. Alina has to be one of my faves. There's not much I can say about the whole point of this book because this is the third book in a series, but just know this story. I know everybody knows it because I'm probably the last person on earth who has read this trilogy. That's a reader, at least. But main plot of the whole series is there's this girl, Alina. She's the sun summoner. She's the chosen one who has to fight and battle evil forces, which is the Darkling, which I love so much. And throughout this whole series, we know, he's the evil one, right? He is the one that we're fighting against. He is the mean one of the story. But I couldn't help but feel bad for him, which is, I think, the whole point of the way she wrote him in. He is vile. He is horrible, but at least for me, I didn't get to see that horror in him, that meanness in him until really the third book, where I was like, okay, no. I was like almost rooting for him throughout the whole book, like to almost like, I don't know, I was just rooting for him. But in this book, it's just blurry. I was just like, yeah, no, guy, no. But fantastic book. I loved it so much. I am hoping to get in the Six of Crows duology next month read. And then the second book that I started but didn't quite finish is The Line Between by Tosca Lee. I finished at 188 pages, 187. Yeah. I finished at page 187, so I think I have like, I don't know, another 150 pages left of this book. It's a thriller, but it's very dystopian-esque. We have a girl who is in a place called New Earth, which is basically a cult. And she has been shunned from the cult, and she finds herself in a world where there are nothing but sinners, and she has to sort of acclimate herself
to this world that she has been taught is full of sin, and everybody that is not in this new earth is basically going to hell. So she's trying to deal with that at the same time that there's an outbreak of something in the world. She's struggling with that, with the fact that she's been told that the earth and everybody in this world is gonna go to hell, and you know, shit bad is happening. That did not make sense. That bad stuff is happening, and it's almost like the leader of the cult was right in a sense, but she's battling with that and the fact that everything that she learned in New Earth is probably a lie. So really, really good, really, really fast paced. I don't know if this is her first book. I don't think it is. It might be. But this book came out January 29th. It's already out. I do have an arc of it. But it is so fantastic. It is fast paced. It's so good. It's so good. So yeah, that was everything that I read for the week. Sorry that it was so boring, but like you guys know, that it's me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Enjoyed, very loosely I'm using that term. And I will see you guys in my next one.